Let's now create our first surface body. Let's head over to our feature toolbar and let's utilize revolve. Once more, it's a surface, so let's change this from solid to surface. Prompted to select edges or sketch curves, I'm going to select our spline, and for the axis it will be this horizontal construction line. Inspecting, selecting the green check mark, and notice below we now have one surface body. Moving forward, let's focus on the main form of our blower. Let me head over to our feature list and turn on the visibility of sketch 1. To inspect, let's turn on sketch 2 as well. Our next intent is to create or utilize sweep to create the handle. But first, let's create a construction plane. Let me head up to our feature toolbar and select plane. For the entities, I'm going to select the end point and the spline. And under this drop down, I'm going to change this to curve point. Notice we now have a plane at the end point of this spline. Selecting the green check mark. Moving forward, let's create the profile of the handle. Let me select our newly created plane, right click, and let's create a use sketch. And for the shape of that profile, I'm going to utilize our ellipse. Let's zoom in. I'm going to hold the shift to disable snap tracking. Left click here. And left click. Let me head over to our view cube, selecting top. Move our ellipse. Next, let's grab our coincident constraint. I would like the center point of our ellipse coincident with the end point of the spline. Next, let's dimension our ellipse, but first I'm going to drop some points. Heading up, selecting point, and notice as a orange box appears, I'm going to left click on that. Same on the other side. Left click, hitting escape, and let me resize our ellipse by grabbing this point. Let's add additional points. Heading up, selecting point, dropping this on our top quadrant. Notice that orange box or square. Left click on that and left click here. Let's now hit N for normal to. Hit escape, and let me grab this point and resize this to our preferred shape of the handle. Let me inspect. Heading to front view. And instead of adding dimensions, we can do that, or simply select our ellipse by creating a window selection and adding a fixed constraint. Selecting the green check mark and heading over to isometric view. And let's finish this up by grabbing sweep and changing the mode to surface, and the edges or curves to sweep is this ellipse, and for the path it will be this spline. Inspecting, selecting the green check mark, Let's turn off the visibility of our sketch 2 and the sketch 1.